We're in Dubai for the GSMA's final Mobile 360 of the year. Now this week the event has been focused on the very diverse Middle East and North Africa region. Here in the UAE, we've seen some of the world's first 5G launches. A strong message at the show was that operators need to get 5G right this time, after allowing other players to get rich off the back of 4G services.
We had, as operators, efficiency and cheaper data that we can produce for our customers with 4G. But if you look at the people that built massive businesses behind this, all these unicorns, they had much more benefit of 4G than we did as operators. So I think that 5G is now another chance for us with this new step in technology to take the lead and try to keep as much as we can of the value inside the telecom industry.
In 2008, I brought a lot of the people around the table and I said, guys, we need to become an OTT. It didn't work. Why was it so difficult for us to monetize the data that we are generating? A big opportunity lost that the entire telco industry, we didn't manage to be more creative in monetizing the data.
Sultan is stepping down after nearly 14 years as the boss and has gained quite a following with his charismatic personality and outspoken views. At the show, we asked him for his reflections on his tenure at Du.
We are proud that we have been at the heart. That makes you feel good that you have been in an industry that at the heart of the changes. For me personally, I always say, ask me for 3 words and I will say people, people, people. Probably what I was the most proud of is that during these years, more than 20 people that worked for me became CEOs in various places of the world.
Elsewhere at the event, the issue of sustainability was a hot topic, with the industry's role in driving a green 5G future a major talking point.
All events that GSMA run, we are now carbon neutral. In September, in New York at the United Nations General Assembly Week, we announced that 50 mobile operators with around 2/3 of the world's subscriber connections and some of the great companies around the MENA region are now disclosing their climate impact via the so-called CDP or Carbon Disclosure Project. These disclosures form a first phase of an industry-wide approach, a climate action roadmap that will ultimately lead us to a net zero emissions target by 2050.
2 of the biggest network players in the world also made their case for how they are contributing to a more energy-efficient 5G era. Huawei showcased how it is building green 5G networks, while Ericsson shared an ambitious target.
Ericsson has again one more target that we're going to produce 5G radio 10 times more efficient per data volume compared to 4G radios. So by 2022, we should have 5G radio which is 10 times more efficient compared to 4G radios in 2070.
And of course, the issue of regulation is never far away. GSMA Chief Regulatory Officer John Giusti hailed last week's conclusion of the WRC 19 conference as a major success for the global 5G industry. And Kamal Samir Shahadi, Chief Legal and Regulatory Officer at Etisalat International, warned regulators against approaching 5G as an extension of 3G and 4G, insisting a focus on price regulation over data privacy and cybersecurity would create an unhealthy ecosystem. Well, that's it for our highlights of this year's Mobile 360 event. It's also the last time we'll be here in Dubai. Next year's MENA event is moving to Cairo after 7 very successful years here in the UAE. We'll see you in many locations, including Egypt, next year.